Hello, everybody! I am Drew from the Ditwicks. And he's the other guy.
Why do you always start these hatching eggs every time?
Our last video, I was about to hatch these,
No.
and then my camera went off, remember?
Hacks.
It is not hacks. My camera went off
Hacks.
like immediately as I was going to do it.
Big hacks. Cheating McCheaterson.
I knew you were going to say that because I was about to hatch them.
Cheating McCheaterson. Like, we are not even a minute in, and you...
You are such a whiny baby.
I am.
You are a big whiny baby.
I am big baby boy.
Plus, like, during our Mike and Kayla video, our last one,
How?
you got ahead of me by like 25 eggs. Because I was paused for so long reading comments.
I wouldn't say I'm ahead, brother.
You're
I wouldn't say I'm ahead.
But
I'm in despair.
but still, you got ahead of me by 25 numbers.
Should we tell them the math?
Yes, so
Y'all can obviously see the amount of eggs right there.
you can see Raisin is at 310 current, or 1310 currently.
Yes.
And so I did the math to see how long he's been on Squirtle,
Time-wise.
and it goes up to 16 hours, 17 minutes. And that's just for right now, until he gets a shiny.
We are now
It's
at
probably going to be longer.
We're probably now at like 19, 20 minutes, something like that. It's quite exciting.
I'm over 7 hours for Caterpie.
This is one of the best moments of my life.
My longest was 8 hours and a half with Squirtle.
This is great.
So Raisin, he's feeling the pain, as we say
I'm okay.
here in our town.
I'm okay. I'm just being a big baby.
I mean, think of it. I'm only one ahead of you.
Congratulations.
I mean, if I had gotten like 2 under odds, I would have been like 3 ahead of you. Right?
That's okay. I'm gonna get it right now, though.
And that would really suck for you.
I'm gonna get it right now. We're both gonna be on Caterpie, and I'm gonna get Caterpie in like 7 eggs. Because I'm due. I'm cooked up. I'm cooked up right now.
I kind of want it to be a running meme where you just stay on Squirtle.
Stay on Squirtle the entire race.
The entire shiny race.
Oh, that would...
And I'm like on Gen 8, trying to get all the legendaries.
And then I finally get it. And I still come back and win. What a anime journey that would be.
So, today, we decided to ask each other questions.
Woo.
For your people's entertainment, as you may say.
Yes.
Instead of doing what we have been doing, like asking you guys to ask us questions.
And it was quite difficult because didn't want to just ask no generic questions.
We've known each other for...
too freaking long.
I know it's over a decade. I think we're coming up 14 years?
Good morning. Ooh.
Yeah, I think we've known each other for 14 years now. That or 15.
That is disgusting.
We gotta do like an anniversary thing when we've reached 20.
We're starting at 20.
A big celebration.
We ain't done anything the past 15 years. We're gonna start at 20.
Just being friends was a celebration enough.
Woohoo. What a journey it's been.
So yeah, it was hard to come up with questions, you know, when you know each other for so long and hang out as long as we have.
I think I did good.
I think I have some fun questions to ask you.
I think I did good. I have thought-provoking questions to make you think and to do goodness things. We're also going to answer these ourselves. So Drew's going to answer the questions he asked for me. I'm going to answer the ones I asked for him. So we're both going to be answering these questions, by the way.
For funs.
And if you hear a question and you're like, ooh, woo, I have a great answer, leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear what you guys think about these questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, do that. I would like you guys to do that. So, I started off with a very generic question to help us get going.
I like how we said we didn't want to ask generic questions, and you were all just like,
well,
yeah, I wanted to start off with a generic question.
I feel like this is a fun question, though.
Okay.
If you had 3 wishes, what would they be? You know, the simple genie question.
I had 3 wishes. Yikes.
You can't wish for more wishes. Everything else is...
Boo!
Everything else is available.
That's the loophole!
Yep.
If I had 3 wishes... And, are there any, stipulations to these wishes?
You can't wish for something that makes more wishes.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Except that, I mean...
Because that was the first thing I would wish for. I wish for a rock where I have infinite wishes come from that rock. What was that movie called? Like the Rainbow Rock thing?
All I thought of when you said rock and wish, I thought of Dragon Tales.
Dude, that was a good show back in the day.
Like, yo, I wish.
What was the blue one's name? Like Eeyore?
Org.
Org.
Eeyore was the dude from Winnie the Pooh.
I knew it had an or sound somewhere in it.
I think it's Org or something like that.
Org.
Orc. I don't know. Not Org. That's a creature.
Orge.
No, okay.
George.
There you go, George. Call him George. If I had 3 wishes. 1, I wish to get the Squirtle. Oh no, let's see. I would wish for I'd want all my friends to like have the lives they want. I don't know how to word that in a wish. Probably I wish for my friends to have lives they want or something. I don't know.
I feel like the easiest way to do that is just wish for a lot of money and then distribute that money so that they can go do whatever they want.
Sure.
Because you can literally do anything if you have the money for it.
True. I feel like a lot of the things I would wish for can be solved with money. Like I would wish to see the world.
Yeah, but you could just money. Money covers like so much.
I wish for all the money.
So
in the world. Like I don't know. Like, cause like I said, like I feel like a lot of these things can just be solved with I wish for money, eternal money. And
yeah,
then,
that's what I would wish for, eternal money.
Can I just like put the other 2 wishes in like savings? Can I just do that? Can I just store them away?
Well, you got to use them for something. I mean, I would use them. Okay, one is going to be to win the lottery, of course, or have infinite money. Like every time you breathe, every time you put a hand in your pocket, $100 comes out.
Yeah, I would say wish for infinite money.
Generator.
Don't wish to win the lottery because you'll play like a $20 one and win that.
Yeah,
That's
so
the loophole.
Money generating pants. Doesn't matter what pants I'm wearing. Money always generates every time I put my hand in my pocket.
Money generating pants.
Yeah, so that would be one wish.
Okay.
The other wish would be to... I wanted to say some kind of superpower.
What kind of superpower?
Immortality and no aging.
No aging. Okay.
I would be freaking Doctor Who.
Okay.
Just never die.
You'd be Dr. Drew.
I'd be Dr. Drew.
Oh.
So, I mean, would that count as one wish or 2 wishes?
I feel like that would be 2. Because you're wishing for like 2 different
I feel like
things.
you can phrase it in a way where it's like, I wish for my body to stay in exactly the way it is, meaning it doesn't age, doesn't get sick, doesn't get injured, it just stays the same. I feel like that could be phrased into one wish.
Sure.
So that would be my second wish.
Okay.
Proper phrasing.
We gotta figure it out.
And third, I would want to... I want a device that can put me into other fantasy worlds, kind of like VR. But, it feels like actually real. You feel things and experience things.
It's funny you say that because yesterday I watched that movie Ready Player One.
Yeah.
I watched that.
That was a good movie.
I watched it for the first time yesterday.
Wow! Okay.
I've never seen it.
A lot of cameos. So many cameos.
I was kind of shocked at how many cameos.
Well, the trailer revealed a lot of cameos, so I kind of knew what to expect going into it.
It was dope. Good movie.
So yeah, that's kind of like the last thing I would like, and I would also want the device. You could be able to like create any world prior to going inside of it. So like you could like make a beautiful anime world and then just put yourself in it.
So literally, Ready Player One.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well,
I feel like those 3 wishes are perfect.
Okay.
Because I can't die, I have all the money in the world, and I can have any world I want outside of my current world.
Yeah. Well, funny you say that. I'm gonna transition into my first question for you.
What was yours? What was your final 2 wishes?
I don't freaking know.
Just in savings account?
Just store the wishes away.
Well, after hearing my ideas, would you like copy and paste?
Sure.
I mean, my ideas are pretty cool.
Sure, why not? Like, that would be dope to, like, just make any world you want. Like,
That'd be
in VR.
so dope.
Like, I would love that. I would just like to think it and it, like, come to fruition.
Yeah.
I don't want to put in the manual label to do it.
I don't think you would.
I don't know.
It could be that easy.
So, infinite money. Yeah, I'll copy paste your, like, VR creation story, whatever it is.
Okay.
And then, I'm trying to, the first thing I think of is, like, I think of, like, all the projects that, like, I've tried to work on, like Raisin the movie, the Sorcerer story, like, all those.
Yeah.
I'd want something to where, like, I could finish those.
Yeah. I totally understand that.
I want infinite time. Infinite time.
Infinite time, infinite money to make those things come to fruition.
There we go. But my first question for you, my good sir, and it's funny how you like said the VR thing, how like you could like create your own anime world. Because my first question is, out of all the animes you've seen, which you've seen quite a bit, which would you want to live in, and why?
Attack on Titan.
Good lord.
Just kidding.
Good lord.
That is such a gloomy, dark story place to live in. I want to think of... It would have to be some kind of, like, fun fantasy world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got mine. Oh, lord, I got mine.
I kind of want to say Konosuba.
I was thinking the same thing.
Really?
I was thinking the same thing. Like, that was the first
Because,
thing
like,
that
that's a
popped in my head.
fantasy world that's fun. I mean, they have to, like, battle a bunch of flying cabbages.
Yeah. And I'm not saying, like, you're going to be, like, the main character or anything like that. You're going to be, like...
Just living in
so,
it.
like, yeah. Like, we're watching Konosuba. You're just in the background.
I think I'm going to say Konosuba, because that's really the only anime I can think of that's, like, such a fun fantasy to live in.
Yeah.
I can't really think of any others that stand out too much.
Because a lot of the animes, like, I watch and I'm into, it's more like slice of life animes.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm already in that anime. And it's
Yeah.
not as fun as that main character's.
This ain't a slice of life. This is a whole, like,
Too much of life.
Hey,
Full of life.
Too much life. Get
Too
it
much
out.
life. That's the name of our genre. If we ever do make a series based off our lives, that's the genre I'm gonna name it.
Too much life.
Too much life. These stories aren't important; they're just true.
Yeah, I'd say Konosuba as well. Just because it seems so fun
Yeah.
to like be in. Like, there's like a lot of possible. Or Sword Art.
I was going to say Sword Art, but like,
You know, without
watching so many people die,
without
like
the
on
whole
boss level 3.
No. Without the whole.
I mean,
you
yeah,
die,
if you're just saying like the part of the story where they just live in the woods and have a kid and go fishing occasionally,
Yes.
then yeah, that's a pretty good world to
I
live
want to
in.
find my Asuna.
But there's so many like horrible factors that go along with that.
I would like to find my Asuna.
It's like, yeah, fight this giant skeleton dinosaur creature. If you die, you die. You can't go on to the next world without facing certain death.
I just want to go there, find my Asuna.
With Konosuba, you kind of avoid all of that. You could just be like a small adventurer, get eaten by toads.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
blow up a castle.
True.
That kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that's my answer to you.
So your next question.
Okay. So, you know how
No.
like me and you, we will daydream sometimes.
Every
listen
day.
to battle music
Every day.
and then picture a battle scenario in your head where like a character is fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume that you think of yourself a lot of the time, right?
Yeah.
Would that be a correct assumption?
You would be correct.
Because I do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Like with me, like I think of like situations to where like
yeah, you
people
think of a
come in, they
story.
fight, and like I'm with our friends or like some more of my friends, and like, how can I protect these people?
Yeah. So it's like you think of a story, and then you think of, the reasons that you are OP the way that you are in your thought process.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the most OP version of you that you would give yourself in real life, or just what is your most OP character in general of yourself? It's a very weird question for people who don't think exactly like we do.
You're watching like, these guys are freaks.
I'm sure there's someone out there that's like,
What the
What?
heck?
it's just a common thing that people dream about, being overpowered and fighting things.
Yeah, every day, dude.
I mean,
I
I feel like it's for more imaginative people that have too much time on their hands.
Yeah.
Like me and you.
This kind of like stems from my sorcerer story, and I've already mentioned that one time in this video. And what that is was like back in, what was it, senior year, junior or senior
I think
year.
it might have been junior. Yeah.
Near the end of our high school experience, I wanted to make a story, and I was fascinated by like sorcery and stuff like Percy Jackson and stuff like that. If you know what that is, if you don't, look it up. It's so great. I've read the books though.
He loves Percy Jackson.
I love them so much. They're making a series on Disney Plus, and I'm so excited for it.
I heard about that.
I'm so excited. And apparently, it's going to be a better adaptation of them than.
Yeah, I heard a lot of
than
people
two
were actually
movies.
disappointed from the original series.
Because like I read the books first.
And they weren't accurate.
They were somewhat accurate, but
Like halfway
There were
accurate.
some things in there, like they didn't add a lot of stuff, of course.
I kind of hate it when studios do that. They'll be
Yeah.
like, okay, so now that we know the story that made these books famous,
Let's make it worse.
how can we make it our own version?
How can we make it sucky?
How can we change it?
So I was fascinated by like the whole sorcerer stuff and like all these powers and stuff like that. So like me, him, and like Mike, Tiny, and like a lot of other of our friends from high school, we spent so much time figuring out it's like a 5-part book series. It's like 5 books or something.
Yeah, we
with, like,
divided it
different
into
chapters,
series.
like different
seasons.
chapters. And Tiny, he like made a whole list of like powers and stuff like that, like with different categories, like elemental, magical,
We got
stuff like
very specific on the powers.
that. Oh yeah,
Like
we made
very precise.
so much like moves and stuff like that.
Like
So-
we differentiated what's soul, what's mind.
Mhm.
Like the very complicated ones.
Stuff like that.
Like,
and like
at
we
least
made,
10 powers per
Yeah.
subcategory.
We made characters for us and like the different types of sorcery we would have as those characters.
There was even blood, which was my character.
Yeah,
and my character was afraid of blood.
Yes,
So it was
so good.
It was
I loved it
such a
so
fun
much.
concept.
And I worked like a lot. I like got 24 pages deep. Like it was. I worked a long time on it. Like,
now you
just
don't
on
know
those.
where any of those pages are, do you?
I mean, I typed them out.
Oh, you did?
They're on my laptop.
Oh,
right?
you saved them.
They're
I thought
on my laptop.
I thought
right
when you lost the papers, you lost like most of the information.
now. Oh yeah, I mean yeah, like all that information is gone. I have no idea where all that crap is.
So you don't have that stuff saved.
I don't. All I have is like what I wrote down like for the actual story.
Okay.
I
I wish we
have
had
that.
I wish we had the papers. Of
I
all
do
the
too.
types, because like they were so detailed.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
Like we wrote down like characters for everyone in our class and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
love interests and all that stuff. I loved it so much. So I've always like been fascinated by like sorcery and stuff so much. I like tried to make a book about it. What was the question? The most OP version of myself?
yeah.
So like how my imagination works is like you said, like listen to like epic music, like battle music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or just some kind of music to like make my mind go wild and just imagine things. And it's kind of like that where like I just have like powers and like just like all this sorcery powers. Like there was one time like I imagined like someone was like a fire, I guess sorcerer or something, like fire powers, like blue fire at someone like through their hands and stuff like that. It was like big like flames and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would go up and I would just like put the hand out and like it's like a block, like it just stops there.
Because yours was like wind, wasn't it?
Yeah, mine was,
It was
air,
air.
and like storm, stuff like that.
Raisin was an airbender.
I was an airbender. I was the last airbender. And then another one was like I'd be listening to music and like for some reason I like imagine like I had to like have my powers contained because if I like use it, you watch Logan, right?
Yeah.
So like, you know how, like, he has that vial and, like, he, like, shoots himself up with it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that, like, kind of, like, enhances his powers, I guess?
Yeah.
Well, like, for me, like, that stuff, like, it was my power. Like, it, like, had my power contained.
That was your going over 3,000.
Kind of, yeah. But, like, if I used it again, like, it would kind of be, like, fatal. So I imagine, like, I was just in a situation. And, like, I would imagine, like, this thing, like, came up out of the ground. It was, like, freaking giant and, like, hurdled like a boulder or something, like fireball or something.
And then you do heroin, and then you save the day.
Yeah, and, like, it's coming, and, like, I'm like, Captain Marvel, just punch it, and it breaks into tiny pieces. Practically just like a Captain Marvel superhero type of thing. I feel like that would be the most OP, like, I've been, like, either one of those two. I don't know. It's just fun to think about.
It is.
It really
fun to
is just
about.
fun. And most of the other times that I imagine, I'm pretty much like Shang-Chi. I'm just good at fighting. I'm just great at it.
For me,
I'm intrigued about this one. I really am.
This is gonna get a little bit wild. I have not told anyone about this storyline, and I do picture myself being the main character. But it's about a regular mortal, such as me, fighting off the entire demon army.
Okay.
So, the way I had the story set up is there's a spell book that I find. I don't do spells, but there's like a lot of information in the spell book about how to get to hell, how to have like creatures summon, how to defend off certain creatures, certain demons. Like there will be like a demon that's very vulnerable to sound, very vulnerable to light. They usually have attributes that is like if you say like a cuss word, like it feeds off of the energy off of that word. If it doesn't eat off the demons themselves aren't like evil, but okay, this is gonna get confusing real fast. Okay, so there's two alternate realities. Let's call one the soul verse, regular one as mortal verse. I put a lot of thought into the story, by the way. And so in the soul verse, whenever you commit like a sin, they feed off of that energy of that sin. That's how they feed, basically. But when they are put in the mortal world, they actually do physical harm. What they're trying to just regular feed, but instead they'll like steal your like ability to breathe instead of just the energy of you committing that kind of sin. Does that make sense? Okay. So the story goes, there was a case where,
like a briefcase.
no, just a regular case. After encountering the spell book, I make a lot of dumb decisions.
Of course.
And I have a friend there, not specified who. They could be interchanged, it doesn't matter. And we try to be like small little heroes. This is us when we're like kids.
Yeah.
And character number 2 dies from doing stupidity things.
I thought you were about to say heroin.
Doing stupid things. So there's a lot of depression and drama that goes along in the story.
I love it. I love it already.
No, don't go to the map. I'm kind of getting so off track. I don't need to go into the entire story. But anyways, my character, he's still mortal, but he starts taking the information from the book, applying it to the demons, being able to make own weapons relating to those demons. Like, I based one off of the angel with like the 1,000 eyes in the Bible.
Yeah.
Well, there's a case where I get one of the eyes, and it like puts its veins like into my chest, and like becomes a part of me, and then I can see everywhere at the same time.
Should have made it be in your belly button.
I could. If I make it a thing, I could change it. But yeah, so that way I'm able to know everything that's happening all at the same time.
It's like an all-seeing eye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I learned the ability, not the ability, but I make devices to where I can teleport to anywhere, and then knowing exactly where to teleport because I can use that eye. So then I start like saving people that get like stuck in trafficking. Like that's the first thing I would try to do with powers like that, is save all the people that are kidnapped and stuff. So, I think all that. And then there's a case where a portal breaks out, demons come into the real world. The main devil, which is, I'm just going to name him Diablo. It's not Satan in particular. But there's a case where he shows up, I kill Satan, and then the power of Satan transfers over to me. And I become like this immortal, almost immortal being.
I'm like a demon
with
king.
like the full knowledge of demons that demons themselves didn't even have, because the book was written by someone who was actually hunting demons. And so, and then I start a new world order.
So you become like a demon king.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
what the heck?
That is the most OP version of myself. And that's the full story from the beginning to end. Becoming a demon slayer, saving the world as immortal for half of my life, and then the other half becoming the actual demon king and reconstructuring the world. Like, no one would work in my economy. It would all be run on demons. Like, you go to McDonald's, there's a succubus at the drive-thru. Can I take your order? We would just be...
I feel like I just went on an acid trip or something like that.
Yeah, so that's my most OP version of myself. And I know that must be a crazy question.
I didn't expect that one, I'll be honest. Okay.
So, any more... Do you have any questions relating to that question, or do you want to just move on?
That's an egg video in itself, brother.
It could have been, but I'm not gonna make an entire video based off of fantasy I have.
Alright, my next question, and it's kind of a good transition for it. What is your favorite story idea that we've created?
So I can't use that story because you said we.
Yes.
So it would be... Oh,
this would include like Cat Brothers,
Medieval Idiots.
Even Relics, even though we haven't really done anything with that.
Relics is still a very possible thing that could happen in the future, since for those who don't know, we have done skits in the past. And might I say, I really did enjoy the outcome of those skits, especially for us being so young.
The babies.
So I feel like we could do like movie level material now. And after editing the beach vlog and like how emotionally impacting I made it, I know for a fact I can make it movie level. But as far as series, so this includes Monkey Ninja, the Cat Brothers, Medieval Idiots, Sorcerers, since we did work on that together, even though that was more of your thing.
Yeah, I'd include it.
I would say... See, it's very weird, because most of these stories never came to fruition, or they stopped halfway.
Yeah.
The Cat Brothers is the only thing that was completely made and finished, though the finishing date was a bit late. It was kind of like a
few years later.
Yeah, it was like 3 years after the series ended. I went back and created the last episode. So Cat Brothers has the most nostalgia, but what I would be most exciting to make is Medieval Idiots. Because I've already thought of like every major villain in each season.
I remember us talking about that.
Emotional moments. I've got the characters' themes down. Even like small jokes, I have them all memorized on how each episode would progress. Like, so the plot of Medieval Idiots, it's about three creatures. One's kind of a human, and one's basically based off a Khajiit, and the other one's based off a Argonian. Skyrim, big Skyrim influences. And there was also a tiny blood dragon that would follow us around. And it would actually get bigger and bigger as the seasons went by, and by the last season, it would be a fully grown dragon. And the whole plot of that is 3 idiots raised in an orphanage. They finally leave the orphanage, start their own adventure, and try to become the best adventurers, because the main character, Xenar, wants to be just like his dad, which he knows very little about, but he knows that he was a great hero, and so he wants to become a guard to protect the city, So the whole series is about him trying to become a guard of a city, earn his approval, and meanwhile, like, adventuring throughout, like, the first city they go to gets completely burned down.
Yeah.
But they feel accomplished because they actually beat the main villain. But by then it was too late. All the damage was done. So it was like them trying to do the right thing, but all the wrong things happening at the exact same time.
It's like accomplishing our goal with the worst possible outcome.
Yep, exactly. That was the whole series. There was a part where my character would become a vampire and accidentally become king of the vampires, and then on your end, you would accidentally run into a werewolf and accidentally become king of the werewolves. And then we're put in this awkward situation where both armies are at each other's throats, and
here we are, like best friends.
Me and you are both leaders, and we're like, we don't look good. We still look like our main characters. Like, you look like a wimpy werewolf. Like, you're still wearing your suit, but you like you have a snout like just popped it out through your suit. And meanwhile, like, I just turned gray and have like annoying looking little fangs sticking out, like that just look nerdy. And then like there we are. We have to like pretend to fight, and we're both horrible at fighting. And like both groups are just like feeling bad for the other group. Like rival gangs just, this is pitiful. Like this is sad. Like there was so many ideas. Like through all the stories of that. So I would definitely want to make Medieval Idiots the primary focus.
Yeah, it's a toss-up for me. Medieval Idiots was like, it was just so fun.
Yeah.
Like just thinking about, because I remember like we were like just messing around, like trying to think of like all the main villains and like talking about like through each, I guess, season, whatever. I remember like
the villains would get stronger and stronger too.
I remember we'd actually find my dad and we'd fight my dad. And I remember what you told me about that.
Yeah.
You showed me like the song you wanted to use. Like you basically walked me through the entire fight.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I've never been. It was so amusing to hear.
It's got to be one of the coolest fights. Like
it's so
fight
stupid.
sequences.
It's so stupid but so funny. And
every
so
single
epic.
fight is going to be overly epic and overly stupid.
Yep. We would be the stupid part of that.
Yeah. Like, the villains would be, like, One Punch level, full of detail and character development. And then our characters would just be there and, like, supposed to be background characters, but we're just the main characters somehow.
Yeah.
And, like, it just works so well.
And then, so it's a toss-up between Medieval Idiots and my Sorcerer story. Just because of all the detail we put into that. It's kind of like the same with Medieval Idiots. We plan so much. We, like, develop, like, the themes for each part. Like the first part was monsters, and then demons, and then angels.
Yeah.
And then like the last one was just gonna be sorcerers. I forget what the fourth one was. Oh, it was
We talking about Medieval Idiots?
No. My sorcerer.
Sorcerer. Okay.
Well, like we developed like it was gonna be like a 5-part.
Yeah,
series.
that one.
I remember the first one was Shades. That's what they were called. Shades. It's like dog creatures. And I remember like the main parts of like every like little season and everything. So just the amount of effort that we put into that.
So much effort, so much detail.
Yeah.
Now it just has to be made. Like everything's there, it just needs to be created.
One of you get on it, please.
Get on it.
Get on
we'll
it.
send you the details.
I'm not gonna do it. Someone, please. So it's a toss-up between those.
If I ever did animation, Medieval Idiots is like the first one of our ideas I would make.
I'd agree. I love that so much.
But for animation, if I was going in it mainly alone, I would start it off with the Drew stories. That way I could practice the animation. Kind of almost like a throwaway series, but still having fun doing it.
Yeah.
I wrote down a bunch of stories when we were in high school. It was all real life stories, but it was drawn in a stupid little format in a book, and I would just turn that into an animation. For those who don't know.
I'll be honest, I don't think we'll get through all these questions.
What time are we at?
Already like 35 minutes in.
Jesus. Okay. Maybe we'll make it go by a little bit faster.
We'll make a part.
But this, the most perfect Pokemon game that you could make if you had full direction over it. what would you do? I knew I had to include a Pokemon question.
Yeah. Perfect Pokemon game. I know you and I have talked about this a lot, and we kind of like think similarly to this. I would love for it to be. The best way I can describe it is Skyrim, but Pokemon.
Yep. That's exactly how I always like when I talk about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, I'm like, this is our Pokemon Skyrim. It's time.
Like I would want like a game where it's like you can go anywhere, do whatever you want, choose your story pretty much. There's like, of course, like the one main storyline that you can follow, but there's all those branched off storylines that you can do. Yeah, I'd want like different endings to it, like a good, a bad, a mediocre ending, some stuff like that. Side quests galore. Free roam, of course.
Big time.
Open world, ginormous. You can go to any region you want to at any time. Maybe not any time.
Well, the way me and you have the exact same opinions. The way I have like fully settled it in my mind is it's kind of like ESO, where you get to choose where you start.
Yeah.
So you could choose the region you want to start your adventure in. And like, let's say just Kanto. So if you want to start in Kanto, you have that option. Finish your way through Kanto, and then you can go to any other region at the end. You can explore all the regions with your current team, or you can have you can reset, basically put all your Pokemon in the box, leave them in Kanto, and start your adventure all over in another region. Like you said, side quest, definitely. Pretty much all that. And I want it in the most beautiful anime style, or Genshin level style. Make it Genshin level, perfect game. That's all you need to do.
I would want the main storyline to go across, like, to span, like, throughout all the regions.
You want one continuous storyline?
Yes.
Wow.
I would want that.
So you would have to go in order. Because let's say it goes in the order of generations. If you want to start off in black and white, how do you start the main story if it starts in Kanto?
Like, I would think, like, the main story can start, like, wherever you start. That's what I say, like, I want different, like, paths of the story. Like, it'll still be the same story no matter where you start, but just, like, depending on where you do start. Like, which region you start. And I'm not saying, like, it's gonna be, like, if you start in Unova, the main story is not gonna be, like, oh, Team Plasma, all this stuff. Like, I would want, like, an entire syndicate of all the evil teams banded together, and they're going around and just causing mayhem and trying to fulfill their goals they had in their respective games, but doing it, like, all together. Like, imagine, like, Cyrus and Getsus together. Like, I would want something like that.
Okay.
To where, like, they could, like, be in Sinnoh, they could be in Unova or somewhere else. Something like that. Like, the main story, it just wraps around, like, the entire franchise of Pokemon. Like, every region and stuff like that.
I want every single gimmick back.
There you go.
Because I want, like, even the stupid ones, like, the V crystals, or Z crystals.
Yeah.
I want those back. Mega Evolution, of course.
Yep.
Would you put any new Pokemon in this game?
What do you mean new Pokemon?
Would you, since I'm giving you the option to create your own perfect Pokemon game,
yeah,
would you start a new region with new Pokemon? I'd want to.
What I'd probably do, I'd probably go, like, supernatural with it, to where, like, you are in a region that, you know, is not Pokemon canon.
But it's all natural Pokemon.
Yeah. And then, like, it's kind of like space-time warping, whatever the heck. Well, like, I don't know how to describe it. Not like multiverse crap, but basically the whole world gets screwed up. As, like, all the regions are, like, around you. I don't know, it's so hard to explain. Like, I have it in my head, but I don't know if I could explain it.
Well, there are lots of maps made to where it shows all the regions close by together, so you don't really like need to have a world collapsing event for them to be close together.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't know. It's like the world is like dying. I don't freaking know.
I mean, you could run off of a Yveltal storyline if you're going that way. I mean,
I would want like a storyline for like each legend.
Yeah, definitely for me too.
So it's gonna be a long booty hole of a game. I'll tell you that.
I would make mine to where you could just never complete it. Like, there's so many side quests.
It's just never ending.
Also multiplayer.
Yes.
Big one on that. So millions of side quests. You have to catch all Pokemon, of course.
I have a quest for every single Pokemon.
I'm gonna even make a side quest game inside the game where it's like Pokemon Snap and you have to complete the photo decks. Maybe even a mission for shiny decks completion. Like, just make the game absolutely like it's gonna take 5 years to like 100% complete the game, and then like, because have you ever like 100% completed Skyrim? I don't think I ever have. There is so much stuff to do in it.
I'll be honest.
That when you finish the game, it doesn't even feel like you finished the game.
I think
I want that feeling.
I think I've only beaten the main story of Skyrim once in my life.
Okay, well, I played way more than you did.
Because I would always just go and just run off and do crap. Because
I would never do the first storyline first. I would always do another storyline
My
first.
favorite part of like open world, free roam, do whatever the heck you want games is I would never ever do the main story first.
Yeah.
It's like Genshin, like how we did when we were introduced to Genshin. Like,
we just went our own ways.
Yeah, like the first thing you had to do, go to what was it, Mondstadt. Yeah, go to Mondstadt. We're like, left.
Go all the way to the left, go all the way to the right, go all the way up, all the way down.
I'd go everywhere that I possibly could.
That's exactly what I
want. Before I had to go where I had to go.
So the big differences between me and you on our games, I would try to stay away from a big, like, main story like that. I would just kind of like be focused on living in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
That would be my first priority. Like, go wherever you want, start however you want, collect every single gem. There's, what's 9 times 18? Or it would be 9 times 8. So it's 72. There's 72 gems to complete. How many? 8. There would be, actually, it would be 9 times 8. So.
Yeah, 72.
Okay, I was right. All right. And then there would only be 8 Elite Fours since Alola's weird. So you could be like 8 different champions, and there should be like a major like island, like a battle island or something, like a battle league.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have become like the main champion, or you have to like work your way up there.
Yeah, I'd probably make a side quest like become the champion of every region.
I have thought about this perfect game a lot in the past. I would always like try to think of what would it look like visually in my head.
Yeah.
There's always this one case where it looks like a giant train station where actual real players are just walking around, doing what they have to do, going to their PC box, buying items.
Yeah.
And then there was like also a little auction to like the right. It's like, here's a giant Aerodactyl fossil, and they would like be selling it to like the highest bidder, and you would have to bring your sprite up to the Aerodactyl, and like place bids or whatever,
like live action events.
Yeah, like it would feel like real, and like I would make Pokemon like Aerodactyl like super hard to get, like Pokemon now, you can get pretty much every Pokemon within a week. Me and you have proved that in every single generation that we can complete the dex in 1 week.
Yeah.
And like, so I would make it almost impossible to get certain Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like, if you can find a Garchomp in the darkest depths of the cave, but it only has like a 0.001% chance of showing up. Your best bet is to find a Gibble, which is like 1% of showing up. You know, I'd make Pokemon stupidly hard to get, stupidly rare. That way it feels more like an achievement when you have that Pokemon, and when you show that Pokemon off, it feels like more of an achievement as well. So, that's my perfect Pokemon game. Any more comments on that one before we move on?
I like the train station idea.
Yeah. I like immersion.
Yeah, it kind of feels like a Pokemon MMO.
I don't know what, like, this happens every single time. Every single one of my Caterpies is always female.
What the frick?
Does Caterpie have a high female chance? Most of mine are like always female. I find that so weird.
Maybe actually.
I never thought of that.
I
for
feel like
Caterpie.
You know what? I feel like that's the case, and I feel like Weedle's the opposite.
Think so?
Well, Butterfree is kind of more feminine.
I never thought of Butterfree as more of like a gender, like a specific gender Pokemon.
Well, when it comes to like Butterfree and Beedrill, I feel like Beedrill is more masculine than Butterfree. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I don't know. I just never acknowledged that.
I don't know. What was it? Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Let's see. Which one would I want to ask? Okay. I'll ask this one. We've talked a bit about Skyrim, how we love Skyrim. You more so love that game more than anyone I've met. And what I want to know, Mr. Drew, is why so much of a love for Skyrim?
Freedom.
Okay.
Very simple answer. Freedom. You get to choose how you play the game, where you go, what story you start, how it finishes. Like, you could just decide to kill the Dark Brotherhood before the quest even starts. Well, the quest starts, and then you can decide to join it or just completely dismantle it. Like, there's so much freedom in that game. And, like, you can watch these videos on YouTube that, like, describe the freedom you didn't even know you had. Like, options that are just really hard to trigger. Like, you know the mission in Whiterun with the Red Guard woman that's in hiding?
Yeah.
You have the choice to turn her in, or you could kill the people who are after her. There's two sides you can take. Well, there's actually a third option. You can tell the guard that you're bringing the woman down. She walks down the path. He paralyzes her, gives you the money for helping him. You could actually kill him, wait till the paralyzation wears off. You got a third storyline where you actually trick the Red Guard. And the reason you would do this is because you got paid for both. So, like, there's so much freedom. Like, you freed her, got the money from their government that was turning her in. Like, there is so many open options. That's the main thing with Skyrim. And, like, the way I played every single way, I played, like, going to, like, the hardest levels first, like, dungeons. My first time playing, I went to the College of Winterhold, like, immediately out the gate, because I wanted to go to wizard school. And, like, there's just so much freedom. And now, the last time I played, I like, waited till I was, like, so OP and made myself so overpowered, and then played every mission. And I was just one-shotting every single story, enjoying that feeling of being overpowered. So, that's my answer.
I mean, to this day, I've never completed the Thieves Guild.
I completed all of them.
I've never completed the Thieves Guild because I never returned the skeleton key.
Well, you beat the Thieves Guild, but you didn't finish the Nightingale quest.
Okay, well
that's how I view it.
Sure. Mr. Man.
I
never completed that then.
There's this perk where you can never break a lockpick. You have to be level 100. Once I get that, then I turn in the skeleton key.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I do.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
What's your next one?
Let me get these eggs situated real
one?
quick.
What's
Hold
next
up, Sonny.
What's your next one?
Hold up, Sonny.
Next one. Bobby.
Bobby. Okay. So if you could make one movie with an infinite budget, what would it be? Any kind of story. But it can only be restrained to one movie. Whenever we come up with ideas, we're thinking series, we're thinking of development, all that, but you have to push a story into one movie. Isn't that a hard one?
Because I've never thought about it.
We can't put the entire Sorcerer's story in one movie. Maybe the beginning of it.
It'll just be a long movie. I would want a movie that would tug at your heartstrings a bit, kind of like the movie we just watched, like Your Name.
Okay.
If you haven't seen that movie, it's called Your Name. It's a great anime movie.
Great anime movie.
Go watch it. I've watched it 5 times in the past week.
I just watched it a few seconds ago.
Yes, he watched it for the first time. It was a great movie. I kind of want like tug on your heartstrings a bit. Like there's some twists, there's some turns. I don't know like the general theme of the movie I'd want. My first thing is like a live action Pokemon movie. Like an actual live action Pokemon movie.
That'd be dope.
If not that, then I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to go like supernatural like power with it, or I don't know. I really don't know. I'll say live action Pokemon movie for now. That like it's heartfelt, emotional at some parts.
Yeah.
Happy ending or not, we don't know.
For me, like, I really want a big movie about me and your life and like all our friends, and like maybe go on some kind of stupid adventure.
Yeah.
For the whole movie. But like I feel like that's something I could actually create. Therefore, would it be a waste to have a movie with an infinite budget be put on that alone, when I could make something with an amazing amount of like special effects?
Yeah.
But that was my first thought, was a story about us.
I did think about that as well. Like story about
like
my life.
even a movie of us in the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
That would be a fun movie.
Yeah.
Like starting our adventure. Actually, I'm gonna put that in that slot for now. A movie where it's real life, based off our characters in the Pokemon world.
Yeah. So like live action Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like that idea. I like your idea.
I don't know. Okay. Now this one, it's got the main question, but it's also kind of got a sub question.
Okay.
So the main question is, from all of our beach trips, which is your favorite?
That I've edited.
No, not the vlogs, but the trip in general.
I based the whole trip off the vlog. So for those who don't know, we go on a yearly beach trip. We've done 5 now, and even a small little weekend special.
OVA.
And I vlogged every single one and try to like create a little movie out of it. And right now, the one I'm working on is like 3 hours long. Spending a lot of time on it. It might already be out when this video comes out. That would be dope. I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm at 2 hours 26 minutes right now.
Holy Lord.
And I still got to get day 5, 6, and 7 finished.
Holy Lord.
And I base a lot of my opinions off of the vlogs and how good they come out.
Okay, I mean we can do
And
that
like,
too, because I was thinking, I'm like.
But there is twist with your question, so I do like the way you phrase your question. So the one I'm making now, a lot of stuff happened. There was a surprise birthday party, and it shows us like panicking and getting ready for that party, revealing the surprise, and then this big emotional moment afterwards. Then the proposal.
But then again, we only like freaked out and did all that stuff because of the vlog.
I still would have done that. Okay. I get excited over stuff like that. You know how I react.
True.
I'd still be like, all right, let's go.
But like how we ran back and forth, that was for the vlog.
Yeah, I wanted that specifically filmed.
Yeah.
I love how that scene came out. It was so cinematic.
I cannot wait to see it.
I love how, like, we didn't like. It's not a skit.
Yeah.
Like we had in our mind what we wanted to do, and then we did it,
like,
and it was still
vlogs,
like a vlog.
For these vlogs, it's not a script. We don't have like line by line thing like that. Like he kind of says like, I want to do this for like he said like he wants us to like when some of our friends
as soon as they leave, I want us to run down the hall,
go to the
and
window,
look out the window.
Go to the window, look out it.
And that was all I said, and we did that, and that came out great.
It's more so like improv with a goal.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and we're still being ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, and like with how much I filmed, it's impossible to, not be ourselves, because otherwise we would have to put on an act for like a full week straight with how much footage I got.
So, are you saying like this past beach trip was your favorite?
Well, so let me go more in depth on that question. So the footage-wise, Miracle, the last beach trip, definitely came out as the most cinematic. I'm the most proud of that work that I've done.
You say that's going to be your favorite vlog.
Best vlog I ever made,
Okay.
by far.
Okay.
As for a trip, there was a lot of good things that happened in that trip, but I still have a lot of nostalgic memories that happened with Toxical.
Yep.
The trip before it. And so Toxical was during COVID. COVID, big COVID hype. We were almost saying we weren't going to do a beach trip that year. It was getting late. We were used to doing it in May. It was already summer, and summer was coming to a close. The main person we would always go with for our beach trips, his name was Captain.
It wasn't his actual name. That's just what we called him, by the way.
Like, his name is Raisin.
Yeah, my parents did name me Raisin. That's
So,
a fact.
his parents and him were like deathly afraid of COVID, so we couldn't see him for like a year or two.
Yeah.
So if we had relied on him, we wouldn't have done a beach trip that year. So we decided to all go there ourselves, and this is the first time we ever spent our own money getting a place. And we got this tiny little house. It was me, Raisin, Tiny, Pack, and Dusk. I originally invited Dusk as a gag to replace Captain, but now he's like a reoccurring.
Now it's a staple.
Now it's a staple, and he comes with us on every trip now. So it was a gag that keeps on becoming a gag. He's now the new captain since Captain hasn't hanged out with us.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like hanging out with new people.
So you'd say the favorite trip was Toxical. The favorite vlog.
Yeah, because like for nostalgic reasons, like we would spend so much time together in the same room, watching anime late at night, watching horror movies,
playing games.
It felt like we were like just a little family, just enjoying the end of a work day every single day. That's what it felt like.
Yeah, we didn't really do that.
There was so much going on.
Yeah.
We were doing like 3 or 4 major things a day, and for Toxical, we would only do one thing a day.
Yeah.
Like, this day is going to be just putt-putt.
Yeah.
This day is going to be just building a pumpkin.
Yeah, it was great.
This day is going to be just an arcade. For Miracle, it's, okay, Mike's going to get proposed, and then we're going to go have a party.
Yeah, typical trip, by the way.
We're probably going to go to the courthouse.
Did they really think about that?
Yeah.
Oh, good morning.
I cut that part out just because I needed to shorten the video, and we ended up not going to the courthouse anyways. So I'm like, okay, I can leave out this 10 minutes of talking about going to a courthouse that we're not going to go to.
Good morning. I didn't know that.
There was so much stuff. It was like 3 or 4 things every single day.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have... So when we got home, we were like mostly tired. We didn't want to stay up all night watching an anime.
Dead.
But still, a lot of fun in its own way. But after Toxical, when I got home, there was this feeling of... I know I've told you this before, but like... I missed everybody.
Yeah.
Like, really badly. Like, the first day after... Like, I just missed everything felt
weird.
so quiet.
It was weird.
And
I'll say, when we got back from the past one, Miracle,
there's a sigh of relief.
I'll say, when I got home, I said, thank God.
There's a little sigh of relief after Miracle. Just because there was so much
happy.
So much happening.
There was too much going on. There were too many people. Oh!
Miracle is an absolute wreck. Like... It's great footage material because like in the vlog, even though it's like it's gonna be over 3 hours long, but like every like 5 seconds it cuts over to another scene because there's just way too much going on. Like Bradley, me and you had never even met him before in our life, and he's just there also in our group of like 13 people when it was originally just 4, and like
yeah, it's like we went from last year to from 5 people. Now we had, I think I counted, I think it was 13. Like 13 people, last year, almost last year.
Yeah, it was 13 people. So it was like this huge mess of content,
it was
all squished together, and it goes like that for 3 hours.
Disgusting.
Beautiful work of art, because it's so chaotic at so many times in the vlog.
We'll never do it again, though.
Well, we're kind of doing it again. I think we narrowed it down to like 8 people, or I think it's 9 people now.
Yes!
So...
We're getting back! We're going back to the roots.
But this year is going to be also really insane in its own way. It's not going to feel like any other vlogs.
True.
I'm going to be playing AC/DC the entire the entire Radical vlog. Because we're going to be jumping out of a plane, everybody.
Stay tuned for that one.
Oh my god, that's going to give me so much anxiety.
I'm fine. I'm fine right now. I'm good.
You're fine for now. But
Yeah,
like,
I'm fine right now. Listen, put me on a plane right now. I'll jump.
So yeah, that whole vlog is not going to feel like any other vlog. And then the one after that we have planned, which we're planning on going on a cruise, that one's also going to have a completely different vibe. Now that I feel like I've completely established the emotions at the same beach we always go to with Miracle, made it the cinematic movie that I wanted it to be, now I want every vlog to feel different than that.
No more emotion.
Miracle was all about love, emotion, happiness. Radical is all going to be about suspense and fear.
There you
I'm
go.
going to be using so many suspenseful tracks.
There you go.
Heavy metal, rock. It's going to be its own thing. And then nautical, it's going to be like I'm on a sailboat, you know.
Under the sea.
So that's going to be fun. And then tropical. Oh man, we can't think about that yet. Okay, so
about nostalgical. Oh,
what was your favorite beach?
Toxical.
Toxical for the same reasons I mentioned.
Kind of in regards to trip and vlog.
Okay.
Mainly because I haven't seen Miracle vlog yet.
I think you might like the Miracle better.
That's kind of how it goes. But like
every single vlog we end up liking better.
Yeah, but right now, like just when it comes to trips, if I had to put Toxical and Miracle beside each other, I think I do still like the trip of Toxical more.
Yeah.
Just because of like everything that came from it. So yeah, I feel the same.
It's funny you say everything that came from it, but really nothing really happened.
Nothing. It was the same. It was just a different location.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just so fun. Like we did that on our own. Like
yeah, it was the first time we did a vacation without any other support.
You even put it like in the opening. Like, yep, we got money now.
We afforded it, funded by ourselves.
And I remember seeing that for the first time. I'm like, yeah.
The first 3 vlogs is funded by Captain's mom.
And
that was
ourselves. Big moment.
So that was the first trip that we initiated.
Little character growth right there.
Very little character growth. We were like what, all 23 or something.
We should have already been doing that.
Yeah.
But whatever. We're fortunate. So yeah, I really love Toxical. But my sub question. What is your favorite beach meme that has come from all of the trips?
All right, let me think of all the memes so far.
And by that, what you think? By that, we mean there were just some things ever since the first beach trip that we ever went on, where it was just me, him, Tiny, and Captain, 4 of us. He and I would like say things or things said in that vlog
that we would actively reference in every single other vlog.
Yes, we would just repeat it. We even repeat it when we're not at the beach. We repeat it here.
Yeah,
but
it's just
some
like
of those
gags.
some of those things have lasted for years, all the way up to this past vlog, to this past trip, and they're probably gonna go on till all the beach trips beyond now.
So there's a gag where Raisin does this, and I put glasses over him and play the song. I am the one, and I do that every single vlog. Yep. So that's a running gag.
That was ever since the first beach trip as well.
Most of the time, like 4 out of 5 times, we have people leaving early, and we do this thing where we're like, "Why are you leaving us?"
Again,
work $9 an hour.
Again, from the very first trip, I had to leave early because I had to go to work.
And we repeated that every single vlog.
Like ever since like someone's left, because we had someone leave the next year, and then I left. Toxical was the only trip where no one's left early.
Yep, the only one.
So we didn't get.
And you could argue Captain was gone for the whole trip. That's kind of how I clarified it.
We still made reference to it.
And then Jess is gonna leave in Radical.
Yep.
So we get to do it again. We never got to play checkers.
Listen, if someone leaves on Nautical, we got a problem.
Yeah, 'cause they're gonna have to swim back. We're at the beach.
We're at the beach.
Hallelujah.
That one. What else is there? This one stemmed from Toxical. I was like, playing Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go?
What's around?
We did that so much in Miracle. Pokemon Go, Pokemon Go. There's that scene where Pac is just down in his underwear, and he's like, "Really, you're gonna film this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I look at Raisin, he's just like, "Pokemon Go."
See, I didn't know about that. the thing like with the vlogs is they help us like remember like certain trips. Really, the only thing I remember about the beach trips nowadays are what's in the vlog.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing about the vlogs right there. So
We gotta do a whole video on the beach trips.
we do. We
Go
can.
in depth on talking about them.
That can be.
I also want to do reaction videos to the beach trips specifically. Because
want-
those hold so much nostalgic value.
Like you want to do those like now?
Not now.
Or like did you want to do them
Maybe
for
later.
the past beach trips? Or
I do want to do the past beach
Okay.
trips eventually.
yeah, we can do that.
This year, I'm gonna have to free up a lot of storage on my phone, but I want to get people's first reaction on Miracle. Because I wish I'd done that for Toxical. Because you guys laughed so much for
Bro,
Toxical.
it was so funny. The Bulbasaur, the zombie pack,
Yeah.
my scream.
All that comes back.
Lovely. Lovely.
Some great new jokes thrown in there. There's
Can't
a
wait
joke.
Can't wait to see what Pokemon I am now.
My rule for vlogs is there has to be a joke per minute of the vlog. I withhold that rule, and I've been withholding it all through Miracle. 2 hours, 26 minutes.
Jeez.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So that's gonna be a masterpiece.
You're gonna need a lot of storage.
Like, there's so many jokes in there. Like, I don't know which ones are gonna hit the most, and which ones aren't gonna hit as most. The ones that I thought were gonna hit the most did hit you guys the most for Toxical. The only one I wasn't expecting you guys to laugh so hard at was the Bulbasaur. I wasn't expecting you to die and fall on the ground
Cause
from
again,
a Bulbasaur.
by the time we watched the video, I forgot.
You forget everything that happens in the vlog.
Yeah, because it's almost been we went to the beach last year in December, like the first or second week of December, and now we are in August, like mid-August. So I can't even remember like all that was said, like throughout like that whole beach trip. But like that's where the vlog comes in. Like we recorded like so much, and we were recording like pretty much the entire trip. Like there were like very few things that I don't even know. Like the one thing that comes to my mind of me saying something was when we're trying to get Hannah out of the house so we can plan her surprise party. I say, I'll give you $2.
And she goes, okay.
I will give you $2. She's like, okay. I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah.
That was really like the only specific thing I can remember saying. But I'm pretty sure I said a lot more on that trip.
Yeah.
So like when Toxical, like I forgot I made the noise where you put Bulbasaur at. Like I forgot about that.
Yeah, so it's just him going, eh. And then I put a picture of a Bulbasaur screaming with him.
Yeah, what I did was...
And they thought that was the most hilarious thing ever.
I tucked my chin in, tucked my neck disappears. I went... He put a picture of Bulbasaur just crying or something, like making its cry.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things, like, it was coming, like, I figured I was gonna make a noise when I was, like, doing this. I'm like, I'm gonna make a noise. I didn't think it was gonna be freaking Bulbasaur. Because I forgot I made that noise, so it was just great. It's the unexpected.
It's like watching a movie about yourself that you didn't know you filmed.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the beach trips the most.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because it's like you get to watch everything you've done again for the first time.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
We need to move on to our next question.
We do. Holy crap. Again, we can talk about the beach trips in another episode.
We'll make that its own video, yep.
Maybe next week.
If we were successful enough on here, would you quit any job
Yes.
to focus on
Yes,
this?
absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know where you would be on that. You'd be like, I don't know. Maybe I would still want to be a therapist one day.
I mean, maybe, but like probably because like I'm not one now. Like I don't have a job that's like.
So you feel like you'd be happy like doing this all the time? Because I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this beats. This has to be hammering stuff all day. You know.
Yeah. Where I hammer stuff incorrectly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It beats it. Like I would definitely just do this all day, and like we can like really focus our time and like get good at it. Get like better equipment, like a better place. Like try to figure out like I know like sometimes we have like microphone problems where like we can't really have a fan on or something like that. Like try to like get better equipment for that.
Yeah.
So like we don't have to be suffering when we
I would film so much too. Like I would like make days where we only do eggs, only do Arceus, and then like I would like stockpile videos and videos.
I mean, it could also get to the point where we don't have to worry about pre-recording like a month in advance.
Yeah.
Like if we didn't have jobs to worry about, we could record
Like
anything like a day before, 2 days before. So like the main thing with that is just so we could keep up with like the time and stuff like that. Cause like, I mean, if you like with Pokemon Gen 9, Scarlet and Violet, like we did a previous video where we talked about like our speculations for Gen 9. Well, we recorded that, and then like a little bit later, it got announced that a new trailer was dropping, which of course we didn't know was gonna happen.
And it's like I wish we could like just record something and then post it like the day after.
Yeah.
But we want the channel to stay alive to where it has content every single week, and so we have to like. I mean, we have busy social lives, busy work lives. We're both full time, so we have to rely on getting these videos edited and done beforehand. And then I spend so much time like using all my break time at work to edit these and make sure I also have time to edit the beach vlog. And then I also have other projects that I want to work on as well.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on. Like the way I kind of picture this working, like there would be days where we just film, and then there would be days where we work together, and I teach you how to edit.
Yeah.
And then you could be editing something, I'll be editing something.
Yeah, because I would love to help you.
Yeah,
with all that stuff.
I picture like just a fun teamwork day.
Yeah.
There is no stress. It's you don't know how to do something here.
editing day.
I'll show you how I did it. You know, just fun, relax. If we want to take breaks whenever we can, as long as we get the videos done. I mean, it could be fun, and then we just split the profits.
Yeah, and but with how our lives are now, with like time-wise for me, I legit have no time ever.
Yeah.
Like really, it's just Saturdays for me, and for Saturdays, I mean, we do this, like literally like
we got 8 video. We got 7 videos done last weekend, and that was between Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Today we're just filming on a Saturday, and we're gonna get hopefully 5 videos done, which we started off with the longest video, just because I wanted to. No really other reason.
And I mean, it's gonna be good time. I mean, it's not gonna take long. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely like if we did get stable on here to where like we could quit our like both of us could quit our jobs, then absolutely, yeah, I would do it.
Heck yeah.
Cause I mean, I love doing this crap.
Yeah, this is fun. Plus, I love documenting everything. It's like I always wanted to shiny hunt every Pokemon, but it means more to me that it's all recorded and in a format where it's kind of entertaining to watch.
Yeah. I just imagine, like, for some reason, I just thought of this, like, you know how, that song, what was
Never
it?
Gonna Give You
No. I think it was World's Smallest Violin by AJ All.
The world's
Is that a I'll blow up
into smithereens.
Like how people like make those like TikTok videos about that. For some reason, I just thought of like when we get like
every single shiny.
Like
okay.
Yeah, I imagine
make
that,
one
like
of
that
those.
kind of video. I don't know why, but like I mean, it's just so fun like doing this kind of stuff, and I would love to do this like just all day long. But yeah, my next question. Would you do anything different with the Dynamo Bros?
Oh.
And for context, the Dynamo Bros.
It was our first like project, pretty much.
Yeah, this
video
started 7th grade. Well, I was there in 7th grade. Well, I think I started it in 7th grade.
So there's a time frame of us doing the events and then us getting better at it. The first season was all recorded on a PS Vita camera. We were like 13 or 14 then. What we did is we strapped fireworks to stuffed animals and like would just be stupid with fireworks, and that was the whole first season. It started off with me and Captain, then Raisin became the third member in our trio. And then when we finally made the first actual season, which was recorded on an iPod with 720p, which was an upgrade. It was an upgrade from the PS Vita with like 240.
That's hot.
Oh
yeah.
By then, our cast extended to Tiny.
Tiny Pack.
Well, Pack didn't come around until season 2, so a year after that, and that was like the year after senior year.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
The first season of the Dynamo Bros was senior year, and even then, we look really, really young.
Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
So what would I do different?
Well, it wasn't like, what would you do different? It said, would you do anything different? And if you would, why? If not, why not?
I mean, my editing skills have gotten better since then, but I can't really apply that to someone who hasn't improved on their editing skills. That's a tough question. There were so many things I wanted to do, but we never had the time to do it, to film it. Captain would be like, I don't want to have everyone over today. Let's just do me and you. And so that, like, it became a main thing to focus on me and Captain for our explosion segments, where we just put a bunch of fireworks together and blow them up together. So the biggest thing that I hated about the Dynamo Bros is there were so many episodes where the full cast was left out. Like, the original thought of the Dynamo Bros is I wanted the full cast on set all the time.
Ugh.
I didn't want it to be me and Captain are just going to be together for these 10 episodes. Mm-hmm. Me and Mike are going to be together for these 10 episodes. Raisin will be the running gag in between all of them.
Running gag.
Yeah, you're just always the gag character. Which, we filmed some pretty funny scenes.
True.
Like you going to the store by yourself to get Diet Coca-Cola. And then we losing the Coca-Cola, you have to do it again. And we're all there on the third time. And you're just happy dancing around. Those characters always seem to stand out. And that's why everyone always said you were their favorite character.
Yes.
Because the gag character always gets the most love. I wanted
Winning.
Squid to be more in it, but he was just...
He got married.
Even before then, I'd be like, okay, we're going to spend all weekend doing this. He's like, oh, all weekend? I only have an hour, and then I have to go to my Saturday church meeting.
Yeah.
Like, brother, we can't do anything with you then. If you're going to take the one day you have off to go do other things that you view more important. And then, like, Tiny was more available, but, like, his segments were so hard to do. Because his would be fully creating something, and that required time, it required money, outside of us just filming it. So there was a segment...
Which we did not have.
There was... The only thing we got was a skit of the Death Striker, of you and him building it together.
Yeah.
I wanted a full series where Tiny would build something, and you would be there beside him being the...
Tinkle Time.
Yeah, Tinker Time with Tiny.
Tinkle Time, yeah.
So, like, he would be the creator, you would be, like, the tester,
like the assistant, whatever.
Yeah. Just like how it was me and Mike for Science Time with Mike, it was going to be you and Tiny for Tinker Time with Tiny. And I'm upset that I never got to do that. So that's, like, one thing I wish I could have done.
I think what like, if I control, like, what I would do different, like, I would try to, like, extend the story out. Like, try to put, like,
you
more...
like the story arc.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
another thing I wish.
into the story, because what? Like, the thing with Dusk,
that was a fun story.
It was I think it was a great story. It was, like, good ideas and stuff like that. I feel like it was, like, short, though. Because how many episodes? Like, 4 or 5?
So it starts with... It's technically 8 altogether. For that one... Because we go in order. There's a episode where Captain dies.
That was the end of season 1.
Then episode 2 is...
The introduction to Pack.
It's just curing my depression from Captain dying. Then episode 3 is getting Pack. Episode 4 is... It continues off after a full season of being with Pack. So that entire season, we filmed without Captain. Pack replacing him, and it showed a montage of going through the whole year with Pack as the new cast member. Mm-hmm. And then our stuff gets stolen. Episode 5 is trying to figure out who stole our stuff.
No one actually stole our stuff in real life, by the way.
These are all skits.
It's a skit, don't worry.
So we find out about Dusk, kinda. We're putting the puzzle pieces together. We look at, we get hacked by Dusk. We find Captain's videotape of him talking to the camera about what was going on, only hints of what was going on. And then episode 7 was the fight where we confront Dusk.
What a fight that was.
We confront Dusk, and after beating Dusk, we walk out and find out that Captain's still alive. And then episode 8 is a full backstory of what really happened to Captain, how he faked his death. And it was basically a prequel. The ending of that was a little bit rushed. I wanted more at the end, but I wanted the video out. So that was like the whole first season of skits into 8 episodes.
See, I didn't know like a lot of that was like included in the same season.
Yeah, that's all. If you look at
because to me like season, what was that, 2? Was that season 2 or season 3?
Season 2 is when Pac is with us.
Because I feel like season 1 ended when Captain died.
Season 3 was with Chris. So yeah, season 1 through 2 was just the first story arc, which was all the same story arc.
It was the same story arc.
And when we were starting it with Chris, that was a completely different story arc.
Yeah.
But it was all going to mix together at the very, very end.
Okay.
Because there was 4 stories originally planned for the final story.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're on the same page now. Okay.
So yeah, I do wish we got to film all those before we discontinued that.
Like I wanted like more detail into it, like more consistency with it. That's what I would do differently. More time is what I think we're kind of boiling down to. Is that what I wish we had?
Yeah, more time, more money, more effort.
There you go.
We got some of these questions I feel like are going to be short, and then we end up going really long on them.
Yeah.
We can answer this really fast. If you could move to any country, what would you want to live in? Like Ireland, Scotland, like other than America, what would be your?
I've always said I wanted to go to Spain.
Okay.
Because it's just so beautiful there. Somewhere like Norway, maybe. There's just so much beautiful places. Japan, not in Tokyo.
Yeah, I want to visit Japan. Japan's like the biggest one I want to visit, but I don't think I would live there.
I will visit Tokyo. I will not live in Tokyo. Yeah, really, Spain is like the number one thing for me. Like, if anyone asks me, like, hey, I'll pay for you to go to a country, where do you want to go? I will say Spain.
Okay.
I will say Spain.
I would probably do Ireland or Spain. I do like Ireland, and I do like Scotland too. Beautiful places. I don't know. I just always thought they were cool.
Yes.
All right, your turn.
Let's see. That's gonna be a long question. Alright, besides Pokemon, what are some of your favorite games?
Skyrim.
Of course.
Uncharted. The whole Uncharted series. I really liked Little Big Planet. It's kind of hard to play now because, you know, the whole thing was about the community, and the community is now dead, pretty much, which is sad. But it was fun for its time, so it holds a very big nostalgic part in my heart. The Sly Cooper series, I grew up on that. That was awesome. Crash Bandicoot, that was another big one. Yes!
Oh,
shiny Caterpie!
What I love about that, I was thinking about it, was I'm gonna love when you get the shiny because I knew it was yellow, and I'm gonna love the background of it.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Oh, too bad it's gone.
I might have pressed A too fast on that one.
Yeah.
I could have looked at it longer.
Oh.
Maybe I'll get another in the next batch right here.
Sure, get one.
And you're still on Squirtle. Ooh, oof! I'm 2 ahead of you now. I was hoping you'd get it right then.
Karma, my man.
Oh, maybe I'll get another one. I just give it to you, and you could just skip one.
Please?
I mean, I would.
Get another one and let me use it as a token.
For a placeholder.
Give me token.
I was looking at your laptop, and I thought you really did get it for a second, because it's so much lighter on your laptop.
I know we've mentioned it before. I think even on Squirtle as well, how, like, my laptop, the saturation of it is a bit lighter than what I'm seeing on the TV. So the skin of Squirtle looks like it's shiny.
Yeah, it threw me off there.
Because there was one time I looked at my laptop and one hatched. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh. And then I just became filled with disappointment.
Oh, the realism. It hasn't hit me yet. I just got that Caterpie.
You are done with Caterpie. Now you get to go to a different game.
Yep.
You get to go to BDSP.
Oh, look at it, everybody.
Is it female? Oh.
Male. So I kind of got it in a more rare.
Oh.
I guess it's more rare. I didn't think it would be.
Fascinating. Timid. It's kind of speedy.
Let's look at it.
Yes, sir. Oh.
So 3 best in speed.
Probably
special
the
defense.
best that you could get for it.
Yeah, because it's a special attacker.
Speed and special attack, maybe special defense too, because rock types suck for you, but most rock types are physical anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you get hit, if I throw a pebble at you, you're gonna die. You're gonna die, baby.
Wow.
You got 4.
I have this extra egg that I don't know what it is. I'm gonna hatch that. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna give you time to catch up some.
Yeah, we can probably do. I'll probably just do this last batch, and then we can probably wrap up because we're sitting at an hour and a half actually.
Oh wow, an hour and a half. I mean, we can keep going until you get Squirtle.
Brother, that's a gamble.
We have so much time.
That's a gamble.
I feel like you have to be close now.
I'm closer than when I started.
I mean, good lord, son.
What do you want me to do?
What
do you want me to do?
You shouldn't be on it this long.
Tell me to... I apologize. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna hatch...
You're gonna hatch another shiny. No matter what
that would be so funny.
Whatever that egg is, it's gonna be shiny.
I'm gonna hatch these 5, and then I guess we'll wrap it up.
Cool.
So we had 10 questions for each other.
We got through majority of them. Wait, what was my previous question? Oh, your favorite games.
Yeah, I pretty much listed
so
them all, honestly.
Yeah, for me, Uncharted, you and I played so much of that. I mean, I got a PS3 just to play Uncharted with you guys.
Yeah, and we had so much fun on the multiplayer
so
of that.
It was so great with Uncharted 3. Ew. Another one, Genshin Impact. I've played so much of that.
Good game.
I'm trying to get back into it now, but I'm at the point now where I can just like keep going through like the story and stuff where like there's no like new content. Even though they do come out with like new like content and like events and stuff like that. I mean, they do a good job.
Yeah.
I love that game. It's so beautiful as well. And then another one, cliche, Minecraft. I even in my childhood played so much of Minecraft.
Yeah, me too. I played it to where I'm sick of it. I can't get into it anymore.
You know, me,
I've
Mike,
tried so much.
Me, Mike, and Kayla, and like 2 other of mutual friends. We actually just started a new world together, so we're going through that. So it's exciting. I would say those would be the top 3: Uncharted, Genshin Impact, and Minecraft. Not really in that order. I feel like I would put Genshin over Uncharted actually.
Yeah.
But those would be my favorite games.
Okay.
I had other questions, but a lot of those questions are gonna go deep.
Next time we do this, maybe we'll only do 5 questions each.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think we would go into that much detail on each question, because we got really nostalgic there. We talked about the beach trips. We talked about the Dynamo Bros, which I did not expect you to bring up.
Yeah. Like our story ideas and stuff like that. Oh, that's great.
Like, I knew we were going to bring up our...
Deadly Bird!
That threw me off so hard!
Deadly Bird!
I was wondering what the egg was. There's another one. I wonder if that one's Deadly Bird.
Deadly Bird.
Because it took a while to hatch, more so than the Caterpies.
Deadly Bird.
What's it gonna be? Surprise egg, everybody. It's a Bulbasaur. Okay. Cool.
Oh. Wow. All right. Here I am.
God, you're definitely at 1400 now.
I probably am.
Triple odds. Let's go.
Go me. Next episode, if I don't get it, I will be at triple odds.
I really thought you were gonna get it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Next time we'll do 5 questions each.
Okay.
This was fun. I enjoy this type of video.
We'll definitely revisit the idea.
So yeah, subscribe, like. We do more egg videos. We got a bunch more already made, so you can go ahead and watch those. Follow us on Twitter and Tumblr. We sometimes respond to you guys' comments on here. That's always fun.
And again, if you heard a question and it can relate to you, answer it in the comments if you ever so wish, because we love hearing about y'all's experiences and
answer some of the questions we gave each other.
Yeah. So, with that, we're gonna get back out of here. And we'll be back next week with more Eggy Doos.
Eggity doo dads.
I'll be back with more turtles. And next week, you're gonna be in BDSP.
Yep.
You'll be in Brilliant Diamond.
I'll be in a completely different game.
Hunting for a bug. You're gonna be in that game for a while.
Transfer all these too.
Oh yeah.
So I got pretty far on Caterpie.
That's decent. Are you over odds for it?
Yeah, I was over odds before we started.
Look at those. Yeah, got the quintuple. Not the quintuple, quadruple.
I really gotta go into the names of all these.
Yeah, nickname them.
When we evolve them, I also want to film that as well.
Hold on, I just want to debunk something real quick. I just want to
see if a shiny squirrel come up in your decks.
Yeah, because I find it hard to believe.
Nope.
Okay, no. Okay, I'm not high on life right now. Okay.
I mean, it was still noticeable when me and you saw it for the first time. So I feel like it'll still be noticeable.
I'm still scared I'm not going to see it because all I've seen are just vibrant blue ones. So, I don't know. Though, yeah, we did notice it. But, yeah, so next week we'll be back with more eggs and a different topic, maybe. So, yeah. So until then, we're going to see you guys later. We're going to get the heck up out of here.
Stay minty.
Peace out.